Hi everyone, thanks for coming by. We're going to make a couple of snowmen today with these shutters that I had kicking around. I wanted to make a couple of cute little snowmen, but I have to take the hardware off first, the hinges and the knobs and all the metal that's on there. Then after I do that and get it all stripped of the hardware, we're going to wipe it down, both of them, and clean them because they're pretty dirty from sitting down in the basement. Give it a good wipe. Get them all nice and clean. Then I'm measuring for the brim of the hat to figure out how long I want it and where I want it to be. If I want it crooked. I went and found a scrap piece of wood and measured it down to the right size, and I'm going to cut that piece of wood in half to make two brims. So here I am trimming the wood down to the correct length, and then I'm going to put it the other way and cut it down the middle so I can have two brims for my hat. Then I'm going to give them both a good sanding. Mostly just on one side, but a little bit on the edges in the back. I want to get them nice and sanded down. Then I'm going to use my Rust-Oleum flat black spray paint that I love so much and spray those down. Give them a nice coat. Then I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to use these little round beads to make the eyeballs and the buttons for the snowmen. Then I'm going to spray the top of the shutter for the hat and get them all nice and covered. And I put that tape there and realized that I got overspray anyway. And then here I'm drawing out a little carrot, and I'm going to cut it out on my bandsaw. I'm actually going to do two of these so that I can have one for each snowman. Just took me a second to whip those out. I was going back and forth to kind of make them wavy, like a carrot might be a little bit. And then here I'm just giving them a quick sand all around and getting any splinters and anything out, and then making sure that they're smooth on top. And I took an orange marker and I went over it and then let it dry a little bit and went over it again to give it kind of a variation in color. And then I sanded it down, and then I took a black marker that wasn't working very good and put some little lines in it to give those little crevices to pop out in the carrot. Here I'm putting the brim on the hat. So I drilled a couple holes in the back on each side and then put a screw in there. And now I'm sanding down that brim of the hat. Here I'm just doing the other side and showing you how I marked them so that I knew where to drill the hole. And then put the screw in, and then I'm going to go ahead and put the brim on and get that fit just right. And then you can't really see because I'm off camera, but I'm screwing that screw into one side and then getting it adjusted for how crooked I want the hat. Then I'm sanding down that brim, and then I actually go ahead and go to the hat, and I decided I was going to do the hat as well, the upper part, and sand down the edges and give them a little distressed look. I want this to be kind of a rustic little snowman. and I thought it would be cute to hit all the high spots and ridges and get those scuffed up. And then here, when I sprayed the hat and I taped it, I thought that I could keep the overspray off, but I did not. So I'm giving it a little fresh coat of white paint with my Waverly chalk paint. And I just did one coat, because I don't need them perfect, I just didn't want the overspray. So here we are upstairs, where it's warm. And we're putting on those little beads for the eyes. And then gluing on the little carrot nose. And then I'll be doing the buttons on the lower part there. We're just putting those all on. And now we're doing the second shutter and putting the eyes and the little nose on. And the buttons. Getting them all secure. I think these guys are going to look really cute. I'm very excited. So now I'm taking a permanent marker, a black one, and I'm going down the edges with it and making the shutter look a little more distressed. This shutter is white all the way through, it's a plastic, so even if I sanded it, it would not come down or go down to any kind of wood that would make it look distressed. It would just stay white. So here I'm showing you the difference between the one with the marker on it to look distressed and the one without. And then I went ahead and did the other one to match it. I think it looks better distressed, don't you? Then I took my Rust-Oleum clear. It's a matte clear, and I took them downstairs and I sprayed them so that they would be sealed. Gave them a couple coats of that before I put on any ribbons or anything or decor. And after they dried, I brought them upstairs and I made a little ribbon, and I did not film that, but I will for the second one so that you guys can see how I did that. It was just a simple little ribbon. And now I'm just taking a little simple garland that I had out of my stash, and I'm cutting it and fitting it to fit on the top of the hat so that I can add some decorations. Alright, and here's where we start putting in the cute little decor. I've got a little pine cone there. I've got some more of my red pip berries. Those are never ending. I have lots of those. But they add a lot to a piece. So I'm just gluing that all on there and spreading them out to make them look fuller. And then I'm going to glue on that pine cone. I just love the look of pine cone. They're so pretty. And here I'm showing you how I take those pip berries and I just curl them around my pencil. And it makes them look a little fuller. And you can kind of spread it around and stick out from behind that pine cone. Looks really cute. I'm just doing another one there. Just want to add some red so it looks nice. And here I'm adding moss around the pine cone just to kind of fill it out a little bit. And this is where I show you how I make my little bow. I'm using a different ribbon here with little berries on it. But I just folded them over and wrapped wire in the middle. And then I cut another piece for the tails. And wrapped it around a couple times and fluffed it out. It's really all in the fluffing with the ribbon. You want to get those bows nice and fluffed up. So this one I'm going to go a little different route with my decoration, my greenery. I did a little circle because I have a little wreath that I want to put on there. And then I just had some burlap decorations with some little different kind of red berries, and I wrap those around it. And it's going to kind of look like a nest by the time I'm done. I take some more of the moss and I put it underneath it. And when it goes down, it kind of looks like a little bird's nest. And I really like that. If I had a little bird, I'd probably put it in there, but I didn't have one at the time. And here I'm cutting the top off from my pine cone. I did that to a couple of them because I wanted to stick them down in the little holes to fill in my little wreath. And I pulled off some of the little seeds and tucked those in and around places. Here I'm just cleaning it off because it just gets so messy. So here I'm using my Mod Podge, and I'm going to sprinkle on some stuff that I got from, it's called Epsom salt, and I got it from the dollar store. And it looks like little snow crystals. And I use my Mod Podge for this because when it dries clear. So I can sprinkle that on and those little crystals will stick to it. And it'll look like little snowflakes on his little hat and on the brim. And I also did it on the decorations too to dress them up a little bit. Thought they would look really cute. Here you can see I'm putting the Mod Podge on, and I'm just trying to be random with my brush strokes and do them on the brim and the top of the hat. I probably could have gone crazy and done it on the buttons and all over, but I don't know. I just didn't want to go too crazy. Here I did a little bunch of greenery down at the bottom, and I had some sticks with a little bow on it. I put that in the middle of the ribbon. And this I'm just making the greenery for the other one. I'm showing you putting the Mod Podge on, and then I'm going to stick it right in the bag and shake it around, just like shake and bake. I didn't have very much, so it was a lot easier than dumping it all over the place, but it really came out cute. Here they are. I hope you like them. Thank you for coming to watch my video on my cute little snowman. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment on how you liked my snowman. And come back again. Thank you. Take care.